As I was saying, you guys seem to be pretty busy right now. Was it hard to get away to be able to come to this function?
Well, I thought I was going to be able to make it actually because we were still in the middle of our budget deliberations on the floor. The Senate, we just finished late last night. And so that gave me the opportunity, and late last night we were able to coordinate for me to still be able to come. So it's great to be able to be here and to be among Democrats and to be able to talk about really a ground zero for the movement across this nation to save America and to, in my opinion, save democracy and save workers' rights and save the values that we believe in America, the American dream. That at ground zero in Wisconsin, that we're still kicking, we're still doing what we need to, and now we're going to go and do those recalls for the summer.
And your profile has been raised. You've been on national TV and whatnot. Have you been doing a lot more of these kinds of functions now since the brouhaha in Wisconsin?
There is no question that I've been taking an opportunity to go around and to share with Democrats everywhere that this is our wake-up call, this is our moment, and that we must make sure that people understand that this is our time to really stand up, to lead, to act, and to push back and to vote.
And what are you? You're not up for re-election this summer, the recall. But what's your?
They did try to recall me, though. They did try. I first heard that they had 1,000, and then someone questioned them, and then it came to a couple of hundred. And so then we called the guy who was really coordinating, and it turned out they had 2 signatures to recall me. He and his wife.
What is your thinking about the recall? I mean, how's it going to look for your party? And
I'm very excited. There were thousands of signatures that got collected in order to get individuals on the ballot. We have 6 Republicans on the ballot. They also got signatures to recall 3 of us, 3 of our candidates. And so we're concerned about defending for them, but going after those 6 because we only need 3 in order to flip the majority. And so that's important because if we're able to flip the majority, we can at least stop some of the rapid fire of the radical agenda of the Republicans from Wisconsin, which really have shown itself to be a national agenda by the Republicans.
And you're in Milwaukee, which is probably safer for you, more Democrat. What about some of the other people who are in outstate? I mean, is it going to be a tougher fight for some of those?
I think realistically, the 3 of my colleagues who are up for recall, we're concerned, and those are our #1 priority. Senator Hansen in Green Bay, Senator Hoperin, as well as Senator Wirch, who is in the Kenosha area. And so all 3 of those individuals have races that we're concerned about, and all of those districts are districts that are not, solid Democratic districts. It's a close, kind of tipping, point in those districts. But I believe with their records that we're going to be able to go and show people the good work that they've done, and the people of their areas are going to send them back.
Someone had told me that Fred Clark had made some offensive comments towards women. What is your response towards those comments?
I think the issue is that in this there's a lot of emotion, and there's no question that Representative Clark made a statement after he thought the call was over with him and a person from the area that he's running in, and it was inappropriate. He by no means should have said it. He apologized for that, but that's not the issue. The issue is whether or not the actions that the Republicans have done in the budgets, because we've had 4 budget repair bills and then our major budget, whether or not the cuts to public education, whether or not those things are offensive to Wisconsinites. And I would argue that they are, that they go right against the values that Wisconsinites have. And so, although, none of us are perfect as elected officials by any means, but what I think is more important is whether or not we believe that our elected officials are listening to us as individuals, whether it's Wisconsin, whether it's Missouri, wherever it is. You want your elected officials to listen to you, and not just when the Koch brother calls you on the phone and talk for 19 minutes like my governor did. So that's what the real issue is trying to make sure that people will be heard and that we're dealing with the kind of values that they're concerned about.
But, looking at it realistically, often things like that can cause a problem for a candidate. People tend to focus on that, and we don't need to talk about the representative from New York. Things happen that get spin out of control. Do you think that this is going to be a problem, or do you think you'll be able to refocus?
I don't anticipate that it should be something that derails, basically, his campaign or his ability to be able to represent the people. There's no question that he said himself that he was sorry, he apologized, and I think the issue now is to refocus, and I think he'll be able to refocus and to just get out there and knock on doors and go and talk to more people and talk about the great things that he has done, because he is a state rep right now. He voted against the budget that the governor did, where he wants to take out $1.8 million out of education, public education, where he slashes 67% of the arts board and arts, in our state, where he funds a slush fund, basically, for corporations. And while we're giving more to corporations, we're giving less to those people who need it the most and who can't afford to be taxed. That he said he wouldn't tax, but he is taxing. I mean, so there are all of those issues. I think a laundry list that Representative Clark and others, including myself and my colleagues, will be able to go out and tell people, and that's what I think is going to make the difference in the end.
And since going back to your profile being higher, have you thought about, the speculation of maybe you're eyeing the mayor or the senator's race as open, U.S. senator. Are you thinking about?
Say I am a senator.
Excuse me, U.S.
That's
senator.
Okay, I get you.
Are you looking at any other positions? Are you focused purely on what's coming up?
I'm focused purely on what's coming up right now. Senator Alberta Darling is one of the senators that's up for recall, and Representative Sandy Pash is running against her. And from my perspective, Senator Alberta Darling is in Sandy Pash's seat, and she's in my seat because she's the co-chair of finance. And so I'm committed to making a difference and making sure that people know exactly what Senator Darling has done and what other individuals have done. I like Senator Darling. I think she's, a nice person. She's a friend in some ways. However, her votes are the issues that I have concern about. And so I'm going to be on the ground making sure that people in the district know. That's my priority. When that's done, I'll look at every train that's coming my way. But right now, I'm most concerned about making sure that we're able to do what we need to hold back our governor.
And people always want to know this question. Who's paying for you to come out here? Is this a campaign function, or are you helping raise money for Missouri, or Missouri helping raise money for you? Everyone's always curious.
A couple of things. The first is I came out here and Missouri brought me out, and it's on the campaign side. It's not on the Senate side at all. More importantly, I'm coming out to say, hey, we're brothers and sisters. Missouri, we're in this fight together. This is a fight not just for Wisconsin. This is a fight that's Missouri, that's Wisconsin. It's coming to a place near you, is what I want to tell people. This is our wake-up call. This is our moment. And so not spending a dime across on the Senate side, because ethically I can't do that. As a lawyer, which is my profession, I've always been a person of ethics, and so I will continue to do that. But it won't stop me from going everywhere I need to go to sound the clarion call that this is our moment. We have to do something about the Republicans are coming, and they're trying to take away America and her dream and her democracy.
Okay, was there anything else that you wanted to add?
No, thank you so much for giving voice to the efforts that we're doing, and I hope you enjoy the night and get to tape a lot and hi to the people out there.
Thank you.